Hello folks and welcome along to the channel. Right now we are here for Season 2 Round 8 of the RIZE Racing League Make Your History, and we are here at Monaco. This has been quite a mainstay on the Formula 1 calendar for many years to come. Of many of years that have came, sorry. The length of the track is just over 2 mile, 2.074 miles. In kilometres, that's 3.337 kilometres. There's 19 turns with one DRS zone, and there's going to be, I think it's 39 laps of racing that we're going to be having. And the tyres we're also going to be using are the softest of the bunch, the C5 soft tyres, the C4 mediums, and the C3 hard compound tyres. So we've noticed we're going to be only getting the main race here tonight, so we'll see how things are going to end up lining up. Of course, there we go. So anyone want to fire any messages in the chat, you can do so. Just waiting for while everyone's getting ready and getting set up. We'll go and have a look at the driver's standings real quick. We've got Criters on 128 points in first. RKA is in second on 75 points, and only entered in 3 races and won 2 out of them 3 races, and came second in the other one. So excellent work there from RKA. Evans in third on 65 points, 1 point behind him on 64 is Verpe. Then we've got Bucko in fifth on 49 points. Same with Ends in sixth. In seventh is Loopers on 39 for both Captain Jeff and RIZE McGurk in 8th and 9th. In 10th is Elpars in the McLaren on 29 points, and on 20 points is Sheepers in the Ferrari. Then we've got Dirty Taffy in the McLaren in 13th on 10 points, 2 points for the Red Bull of Stacey Lou. Thatcher's is on 1 point, and Pierre has unfortunately not scored a point just yet. So we're just going to be waiting for the drivers to get all settled and get the setup sorted. And constructor standings, 196 points for the Sauber team, sitting in first place. In second is Alpine on 140, Mercedes on 92, Aston Martin are on 81, 78 for Haas, Red Bull are on 51. In 7th place is Williams on 44 points, 4 points behind that. In 8th is McLaren on 40, Red Bull are... VCarb, sorry, are on 39 points, just 2 points behind McLaren. And in 10th place and last is Ferrari on 21 points. Welcome along those who have just joined. It's brilliant to have you all along. Fire any messages in, let me know who is here. Always good to see people in the chat. But yeah, so we're just waiting on that, and there we go. We've got the lights. We've got 1 red light, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red lights, and we are away for the start of this Grand Prix. Dirty Taffy is going to be the one leading us away. Is the McLaren going to be able to get up the inside at Saint-Devote? It's going to be side by side between Elpars and Sheepers going up the hill, and it looks like Elpars has managed to get up into second place with Sheepers moving down into third. And the Loopers have both managed to keep their places. We've got a virtual safety car already. I think that's the Haas of RIZE McGurk without that front wing. Yep, unfortunately, so that'll be an early pit for them. And it's going to be a bit fortunate because they're on the hard tyres, so they'll be able to run it to the end. And on the soft tyres still, Malikan, have they got any damage? Yep, so they'll be a bit lucky to have put on soft tyres. Now they'll be able to go onto the hard compound and just go straight to the end. So virtual safety car, if they manage to get into the pits, it's going to be about 17 second time loss under VSC or safety car conditions. Under green flag, it's about 21 to 22 seconds in the pits here, so it's bit of a better trade-off. We'll see some drivers such as McGurk coming into the pits. There we go, just coming in. Molly Khan's retired from the Grand Prix. Oh, they went straight on at the swimming pool and we've got a green flag. That's a bit odd. But Buckle manages to make up that place on Kreiters. Kreiters still going to be down in 9th. And this isn't going to be a good race for them, I don't think. But we'll soon see how things will be standing come the end of lap 39. Right now on lap 2, Kreiters will be chasing Buckle to try and get back past, and definitely having that power deficit of the Ferrari engine isn't going to be helping out much. Then end up seeing Sheepers and Loopers and Sheepers swap places, so Sheepers down into 4th position now. We're going to see Ends go for a lunge down the inside. Doesn't look like it. Captain Jeff, 3-second time penalty. We're only on lap 2 and we're already getting penalties. So RKA managing to get past ends there. RKA has done very well in the past. Like I mentioned earlier, they've got 2 wins out of 3 races. And they got 2nd in their other race, so they're currently sitting 2nd in the championship right now. We'll continue to watch on that Alpine and see how they're going to go. Dirty Zombie has in fact retired from the Grand Prix, so we're now down to 10 by lap 3. So into the pits they came to retire that car, and we'll see if Kreiters is going to send it down the inside here. Going into the Nouvelle chicane, but decides against it, but too far back there. We'll stay with Sheepers and the Loopers as they are real close to each other. We've got the McLarens out in front doing very nice. We'll see if they're going to be able to continue with that form. Oh, Sheepers falling right down there, going into the hairpin, and does end up losing out a good few places, down into 7th place to go now, after being in 4th, so losing 3 places there. Quite a big mistake there happening, going into the hairpin. Sheepers taking a bit of a new sort of route there. We're going to look up on Captain Jeff, who's just following behind RKA right now, not managing to get anywhere as of yet, just due to the tight nature of this track. It is very difficult to overtake here. RKA is into the pits, and cheesy peeps, I keep forgetting about that. So RKA into the pits, going onto a set of mediums, need to get that front wing change now, so it's going to drop down. Sheepers also ends up in the pits, has a big penalty it seems also. But unfortunate there, so into the pits they came, getting that front wing change. It's like a long pit stop. They're going to be praying for a safety car real soon, as the lead McLaren, how Dirty Taffy, is just coming through the tunnel now, down into the Nouvelle chicane. We're going to stick with the closest right now. It's Kreiters and Buckle for that 6th place. Closest out of the top 10 here. And if everyone finishes this race, then everyone is going to be able to get a point at the very least. So there's always that plus side. So now into Anthony Nogues, and now going to be flat out battling for this 5th place is going to be Captain Jeff Buckle and Kreiters. Buckle in the faster of the 3 cars in that Red Bull. Silver not as quick, but trying to find any which way, trying to exploit a weakness of some sort, seeing if Buckle is going to be making any mistakes, and if they do, then how is the Silver going to be able to capitalise on that? We're on lap 6 now. Dirty Taffy and Elpars doing excellent, same with the Mercedes of Elpars and Ends. Ooh, big walk up there. Buckle does seem to be walking up quite constantly, but we'll see how that's going to end up interfering with the tyres. In fact, he has not. Oh, Ends and the Loopers. Oh, it's the Loopers is into the pits now. My mistake. So, into the pits off them medium compound tyres. This RIZE going to end up getting the jump on Loopers. We'll soon see as McGurk now comes through Anthony Nogues now on to the start-finish straight. Loopers is just coming out, and I think he is going to get the jump, yep, by quite a considerable margin. Is RKA going to be able to get past, though? I don't think so. They may be able to get a better launch up the hill here, up Beau Rivage, but doesn't look like it. Looks like Loopers managed to hold out onto that 8th place. Oh, Buckle almost managed to make an overtake there on Captain Jeff, as Captain Jeff was ghosting there, and due to all that, Captain Jeff's ended up getting a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. First person for getting 2 penalties, moves out the way there to let them 2 pass, realises that they're just holding them up right now. We'll see if that is going to be the case. Has Captain Jeff actually got any damage? Nope, they're all good there. RKA and the Loopers swapping places. And now RKA has moved up into 8th place. What happened to Dirty Taffy? I thought he was miles ahead, but it seems that he's made an error of some sort, and now he's got Elpars right on his tail. What is Elpars going to be able to do? That's the question. They're going to go for the overtake or just hold steady, as Dirty Taffy will have the ability for him. Oh, takes that Anthony Nogues and just clips the inside curb, and that allows Elpars through. Now Dirty Taffy's got a Mercedes closing in behind them. 1.6 seconds is the gap. That's closed up quite considerably there. 1.3 seconds now. So can we see an overtake happening in the near future for that 2nd place position? So Ends is now within DRS range of Dirty Taffy. Dirty Taffy has fell right back against Elpars. Have they got hot tyres? Nope, doesn't seem to be the case. So a bit of an odd one there. Jumping over that curb there and getting a 3-second time penalty to boot. And is it because they have a broken front wing? We'll see, and it looks like the front wingman is coming out, so yep, it did seem to be that it was a broken front wing. That's going to cost them quite possibly second place also. I'll continue to see if that is going to be the case. Is McGurk going to be able to get out and get past? Yeah, he does quite easily actually. RKA, are they going to be able to move up? They're going to be going side by side, coming around turn one. It looks like RKA is going to move up, going up Beau Rivage and get that 7th place. We've got a safety car, as it seems Loopers went a bit too hard going into Saint-Devote and has now brought out the safety car. Sheepers will be absolutely ecstatic right now, as now he's got time to be able to catch him back up to the back of the pack and get maybe try to get some decent points. So safety car right now. That's not good for a Dirty Taffy, to be honest. If he just stayed out, he would have been able to get a better pit stop, but then again, hindsight and all that, you know. So here we go, Ends jumping into the pits. Perfect strategy, getting off them medium tyres. Criters, are they coming in as well? They're about to come in too. Same with Bucko and Captain Jeff. McGurk's got to come in, definitely. We all know that. So Bucko getting a new front wing on. Is it anybody that has getting a front wing? Nope, Captain Jeff is all good. It seems like Ends is all good. It's going to come out in 2nd place. Criters coming out in 3rd with Captain Jeff in 4th. Bucko in 5th? Nope, 6th. No, Dirty Taffy is actually managing to move up. Oh, and he fluffs it again. And this is what happens when you're pushing too hard, and he's going to have to try and get back to the pits as quick as possible, as he's bouncing off the walls left and right. I thought we were racing, not playing ping pong, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just the nature of this track, with it being so narrow, it is very tough to navigate. And I think, like, even for myself, to be honest, so it's, and to be honest, these guys are better than me anyway. But yeah, this track is always very hard, especially like this corner going into the Nouvelle Chicane. The amount of people and the amount of times that I've clipped that corner myself is insane. So you're very much threading the needle here constantly. Oh, Dirty Taffy staying out. That's surprising. Would have thought they would have came into the pits, got a quick change. We went back to 8th though. So sometimes with this track being so hard to overtake, it does sort of pay a bit better in order to stay out. So yeah, opting to stay out. Interesting. Anyone who's new to the channel, please, if you enjoy the content, can leave a like. It does help out the channel a lot. If you do enjoy it as well, if you want to see more content in the future, subscribe to the channel and you'll be able to be updated on the more newer stuff that comes out. So we're just waiting for Sheepers. They're just coming around into Casino. And now down into Mirabeau. And the Grand Hotel Hairpin, and then down Mirabeau Bass down into Poirier, where we see a very interesting overtake happen, or attempted overtake, I will say, between the Alpines this year, which was quite an interesting one, I will say. He sees a gap, but unfortunately there was no space to put that car there, and well, Esteban ended up messing up, and because of that, I think that's the reason he's been let go also, not being the best team player. I think we're gonna have one more lap of the safety car, and then we're going to be getting back underway. So Elpar's only driver who has not pit yet on 12 lap old hard tyres, ends in second on the hards, also fresh hards, fresh mediums for Kreiters, Dirty Taffy fresh hards, but has got a broken front wing. Captain Jeff and Buckle 5th and 6th on fresh mediums, fresh hards for McGurk till the end of the race, and RKA and Sheepers both on the medium compound tyres. Let's see who is the biggest gainer up to now. It's Kreiters, surprise, surprise, Captain Jeff and McGurk. So Kreiters up 7, 6 for Captain Jeff, and McGurk up 5 places up to 7, so nicely does it for them. So I think we've uncovered, I think it was Loopers was having technical issues, and his wheel wasn't turning, unfortunately, so bit of a problem there. But now we're going to be getting back underway, racing again, and we're going to be getting back underway from Elpars, who's going to be taking us away on them old hard compound tyres, so we'll still be able to do plenty of laps still. But whether it's going to be a deficit, and too much of a deficit, 2 ends, and Kreiters behind on the fresher rubber. Looking on from the rear wing of Elpars, we can see behind the Mercedes and the Silver just behind, and their teammate of Dirty Taffy just following suit behind. Will be quite a bit slower than this trio, and is going to end up holding up Captain Jeff and the rest of the field due to having that broken front wing. Now down into the Nouvelle chicane. Oh, taking a little bit extra out of that there. You don't want to be getting penalties here, as we do know with the narrow nature of the track, a safety car can happen. Oh, RIZE, McGurk and Buckle swapping places there. Not a place you see in the overtake usually happening. Coming through after the swimming pool section. Oh, looks like Buckle was getting a little bit of a tap there from RKA. RKA braking a bit later than Buckle. The Haas of Captain Jeff is going to have to try and do something in order to get past Dirty Taffy. Being quick coming out of the corners, but going into the corners quite slow. Oh, and that is causing quite a hindrance. Almost ended up going and breaking that front wing of that Haas car there. And I hope the team's brought plenty of front wings here, because we could definitely tell that a lot of them are going to end up going pop by the end of it. Moving on, it ends Critters and Elpars here. Oh, Elpars hits the barrier on the inside at the apex, doesn't get any damage, but does end up moving down into third. Kreiters could smell this chance now, and could be going for a move. Dirty Taffy into the pits to get a change of tyres. Is Kreiters going to be going for this first place any moment? He's on the medium tyres, so he's going to have to try and get past soon in order to try and get that gap that he needs. We'll see. He's not going to be doing it down into Mirabel just yet. Dirty Taffy's still in the pits right now. Front wing change nicely does it for the McLaren team. It's going to be going till the end Wonder if the medium tyre will be able to get him to the end of the race. I know the hards definitely will. But it's going to be an interesting one. We'll see how that does end up faring. Riders expertly navigating the Nouvelle chicane there. Oh, Sheepers and Bucko end up swapping places. Sheepers moving up into 6th place now. Bucko down into 7th and Captain Jeff down into 8th. That's quite interesting. I'll sit on board with Criters right now as they're still right on the tail of ends in that Mercedes. As they're just coming around the casino section down into Mirabeau. So Criters is right close to the back of that Mercedes. Going to have to get an excellent launch coming out of Anthony Nogues there. Is that going to be enough? It doesn't seem to be. The DRS isn't effective here. You would expect it to be quite effective with it being quite a high, very high downforce track, with it being such a narrow track. Not able to get up to very high speeds, but yeah, the DRS should have more of an effect, but unfortunately it doesn't, with it being such a short straight. So that is basically how, I think was it 2016, 2017, 2018, something like that, when Dan Ricciardo actually won here. And that was actually an incredible victory because he, I think if I remember right, he had like half as much power as what he normally would because of an engine fault, and just due to the narrow nature of the track managed to keep going till the end, and in fact won the race in such an intense fashion. So it is a track that's very favoured against overtaking, with it being so narrow. But looking on right now, RKA and RIZE McGurk swapping places. RKA is going for it now. He is going to try and get past and move up the field as much as possible. Next up is going to be Elpers, who has dropped back quite a bit from the leading duo of Ends and Criters. 5.1 seconds is the gap now. McGurk not managing to get close enough just yet to go for a move and try and reclaim that position. May come later on. Sheepers, another penalty. We'll have a look at the penalty situation right now. Sheepers up to, oh, Bucko, what the? Is that a Nouvelle chicane incident? Yep, it is. So, looks like he's came off this barrier right here, and unfortunately ended up breaking that wheel, and that is Bucko out of the race. We've got a VSC right now. Can we see any drivers opting to make any pit stops? Sheepers, nope. Criters, nope. But actually surprised Elpers didn't take the opportunity to just dive in the pits right there and then. Could have ended up saving themselves a good bunch of time. Captain Jeff, though, is coming into the pits. We'll see is Dirty Taffy. Dirty Taffy should be coming into the pits, especially with that broken front wing down in 8th place now. quite a big drop for them, unfortunately. We were sitting in, I think we were sitting in fourth. No, sorry, I'm getting mixed up with the Alpers there. But yeah, so it's going to be, when are we going to be getting underway? And it looks like we're about to get underway right now, it seems. So Dirty Taffy managed to make full advantage of the VSC. And it seems we're getting going now. Oh, fuck. And Dirty Taffy is not going to be happy about that. Oh, Elpers! What's happened to them? At the swimming pool section, I think they've bumped off the wall and went a bit straight on. Ended up getting a broken front wing, so the McLaren team have been really busy here tonight. We've got many stops as up to now. That's 4 stops between the McLaren team up to now. Same with the Haas team also, so quite a lot of pit stops happening. RIZE McGurk still on the tail of RKA here. Looks like we could see RKA getting making it a 4 out of 4 for being on the podium. So they've only managed to be here every second week, it seems, unfortunately. So having a look at the standings right now. We could see that RKA won in Jeddah and also in the Circuit of Americas just recently, 2 weeks ago, and in Japan for round 4 did end up getting a 2nd place. So they have a very excellent, consistent rating. So we'll see if they're going to be able to carry that momentum forward. They are in an Alpine, so one of the slowest cars on the grid, and that just goes to show how quick they have been. Need sort of debuff them a bit. Oh, and that was a bit shaky there. RIZE McGurk looking for any which way to be able to get past that Alpine. It looks like they were a bit indecisive there, not knowing which way the Alpine was going. That is one unfortunate thing about this track, with it being so tight and narrow. Sometimes just a little move could end up seeming like a lot. Looking on at RIZE McGurk, are they going to try and do anything? It doesn't look like it. Not managing to get close enough to the back of the Alpine. So anyone in the chat that's there, any ideas on who you think is going to get the win here? It's going to be an interesting one, I will say. The gap between the Craters and RKA has opened up, same with Craters and Ends actually. Alpar's getting the fastest lap of 1:12.307, and we're on lap 23 now, out of 39. Looking on RIZE McGurk, he's trying to go for this move here. He's getting it, eyeing it up. Just need to get the car rotated. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to try and get that launch out of turn 19. So I think, is he going to be going for it going up into the casino section? Doesn't look like it. We'll have to try and stay behind it yet again for the moment. Oh, Captain Jeff into the pits onto the soft tyres until the end of this Grand Prix. Interesting. So, we'll see how they are going to fare. Most likely going to end up setting the fastest lap. We'll see if that is going to be the case or not. Kreiter's still right on the tail of ends. We've got a trio here building up for third place. RKA not able to close the gap on Kreiter's and ends. The gap has now increased to 14.7 seconds. That's the unfortunate thing about this track, so hard to overtake. And yeah, unfortunately, it is always going to. Playing a bit of ping pong with himself there. Got that broken front wing, unfortunately, now. But yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. It is going to end up staying on the calendar just due to the amount of money that it generates. I mean, what is it, like 3/4 of the grid actually ends up owning a house or something like that in Monte Carlo. So it is a very luxurious place, we'll say. So yeah, it's a bit of an issue, we'll say. Not very great for wheel-to-wheel action, I will say. Ooh, Sheeper's getting right close to the back of the Haas there. I will say it is the issue with this track with it being such narrow, and over the years these cars have got bigger and bigger. Hopefully with the cars in 2026 that that does end up getting solved with this track. With the cars getting a bit smaller, so we'll be able to see if it does end up working out or not. If overtaking does end up getting, well, working a bit better. Ooh, McGurk into the pits. Off them 15 lap old hards. Oh, Elper's getting a bit out of shape there. Just clouting that wall on the inside. Kreiter's ends us around at the hairpin almost. Seems to went a bit deep and dug the front end of that into the wall. Broken front wing for the Mercedes. Kreiter's putting the pressure on, has managed to get out in front. No. Has Kreiter's got damage to that front wing? No, he hasn't. You could just see that tinge of green there for the inside of it. So that front wing is complete, and they are 4.6 seconds in the lead of this Grand Prix. And is not going to be happy, most likely. Not going to be pitting, staying out. So we've got about 11 laps remaining now. So they've got quite a way to go, unfortunately. Sheepers now increased that gap to 6 seconds now, and that's just, Critters has increased the gap to Ends by 6 seconds now. It's going to be very hard for Ends to compete with that, with a broken front right end plate. He's going to have to be careful that he's not going to be pushing too hard. He has got to maintain at the very most of 1 second loss to the car behind. He can't go any higher than that really, or RTE could end up risking an overtake and possibly getting that second place. But you've also got to be careful of the walls, which they've felt the wrath of the Grand Hotel hairpin just a couple of laps ago. So looking at penalties right now, Sheepers has got 4 in 4th, has got 6 seconds worth. Dirty Taffy down in 8th place and last has got 3 seconds worth and 12 seconds worth for the Haas of Captain Jeff, currently sitting in 7th. The rest of the field, the other 5 drivers have not got any penalties as such just yet, so but we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, Elpers struggling to find where the barrier is and ends up bouncing off it. Is McGurk going to be able to take this advantage here on Elpers and get past? Doesn't look like it just yet, but could end up getting them going up into the casino section. Does get a great launch out of Sandoval, has to take a bit of a longer. Oh, that was a bit dirty there by Elpers, and that was did that end up taking any front wing off of the Haas? Nope, it didn't. Dive bomb down into Mirabeau, and I think that is a bit of karma for the McLaren, going side by side, going into the Grand Hotel hairpin. Oh, bit fishy driving there from Elpers, going on board with RIZE McGurk here, and we'll just continue on watching this battle for now as they're now travelling down through the tunnel into the Novelle chicane. You could tell that McGurk is getting quite irate right now at this. Going to be trying to go for a move at any moment, but unfortunately not going to be able to get a good go just yet. Or are they going to go for it here? No. Taking a wide line around Raskas into Nogues, and now going to be flat out down into Sandoval. Oh, seen the Haas of McGurk having a wee peek down into Mirabeau there, but opted against it. Looking on from McGurk now. Is he going to be able to get past? He's going to have to try, as Elpers hasn't been the fairest there. And is currently all over the place, unfortunately. And, oh, did he clout that wall there? I was unsure about that. Looking on right now, he's a lot closer, a bit too close there. Going into, coming out of Nogues onto the start-finish straight. Now, is he going to be able to get past? He's going to try this again. Gets clouted off the wall, and it's unfortunately not enough space for the Haas and the McLaren going up the Beau Rivage. Going down into Mirabel, going for that dive bomb. Here we go. Throws the car up the inside of Mirabel. Going down into the Grand Hotel hairpin though. Elpars keeps it squeezed in. Squeezes RIZE McGurk right up against the wall there. A bit unfair. Tries to throw it down into... tries to throw it down into Portier and ends up messing up and clouting the wall. And... oh, that's a bit unfortunate there. That was a great battle happening there. But now RIZE McGurk finally manages to get past Elpars. Now he's going to be trying to take full advantage of being on them soft tyres. Elpars struggling now. Slipping and sliding all over the place like he's got ice wheels. And Sheepers right on the tail of RKA. Is he going to be going for a launch down the inside of Mirabel? No. So Dirty Taffy is into the pits, and I think they are a whole lap down. I think actually 2 laps down. So they're jumping into the pits for a set of softs until the end of this Grand Prix. We'll stay with Sheepers right now, as they're right on the back of RKA still. They have got, I think it's 6 seconds worth. Yep, have got 6 seconds worth of penalties, so not going to be the best situation for them come the end, unless RKA doesn't end up making a mistake, or they do. And Jeezy Peeps says RKA managed to get away all right. Yep, they did. So that was fortunate there, and they could end up losing that place to RIZE McGurk, and gets themselves a 3-second time penalty. So if McGurk manages to keep it clean... oh, fuck! Jeezy Peeps there, that was close. Oh, Jeezy Peeps, that was scary there. I can only imagine what McGurk felt there, just coming around and just seeing that. And, well, unfortunately, that is the dangers of this track. Critters manages to get past the safety car, so this is going to be possibly a bit of a long one. Ends up in the pits. So does RKA. Is RIZE McGurk going to try and pull a fast one and stay out? Nope, he jumps into the pits. That's an interesting one. Elpar's struggling with that car, and that's unusual. I think the tyre's gone. He's not going to lose a place if he jumps into the pits, so making sure to go slow in. So everyone on fresh soft tyres it'll be. Now we go on to lap 36, and I could honestly say I think the safety car will be in at the end of lap 37. As now Craters catches up to Why is the safety car away? What the? Wait a minute. Why is the safety car away down at the tunnel? That is... What? That is the weirdest... The safety car's meant to be at turn 3, is it not? Usually. Let's see what happens. So, Craters has managed to pick up the safety car, and I think, if I'm correct, the safety car's about to just say it's about to go straight away. We'll soon find out if it's going to be a late call or not. We see them lights go off on the back of that safety car. No, so that was a bit of an odd one. I wonder why it was... I've never seen it all the way back there, unless that is that just Monaco. Anybody knows, fire a comment in, it would be greatly appreciated. Because I'm just confused by that, to be honest. But yeah, so we're just waiting on the rest of the drivers catching up. Ends catching up to the back of the pack, up to the back of the safety car, and Kreiters, RKA and RIZE McGurk. We could see RIZE McGurk actually end up getting a podium here, quite possibly, if they manage to catch up to the back of the safety car, that is. The safety car now just coming down Mirabo into the Grand Hotel hairpin. Got RIZE McGurk and RKA third and fourth right now, just coming up Beau Rivage. Alpars is going to be having a bit of a mission to try and get back in time. Probably going to be coming to where they are now by the time he catches up, unfortunately. Same with Dirty Taffy, but I think a few of them are a lap down, unfortunately. If it's frozen, that means they are a lap down at least. So Captain Jeff, I think they are a lap down. We'll soon see if it recalibrates soon or not. But anyone know what happened? Why the safety car picked them up down there? So, are we getting the safety car in? The safety car is in, so we're going to have 2 laps of racing here. Craters is in the lead. RKA and McGurk have managed to catch up to the back of the field. McGurk is just trying to catch up as much as they can right now. They're right there, just coming out of no gaze. But now we get back underway. Racing Ends has got a penalty, has got a 3-second time penalty. Can RKA and RIZE McGurk move up and up another place and get can RIZE McGurk end up getting that podium that he's been so desperately trying to get for the past many laps? I've seen blue flags for Captain Jeff to move out of the way. Fortunately enough, Ghosting is on, so moving out of the way isn't going to be as much of a bother. But now we're on lap 38. Dirty Taffy has came into the pits, but unusual. Ends has that's actually quite unusual. They didn't fix that front wing. RIZE McGurk getting a 3-second time penalty, and that's him fluffed it for getting a podium. Now he's going to have to try and get past Ends, but he's also got to get past the RKA here, so it's going to be a very tough one here for the Haas to be able to jump up onto the podium. Craters putting in the fastest lap of 1:10.290. Absolutely rapid time for that Silver. So we're now on the final lap of this Grand Prix. We have done 38 laps, 1 more lap to go, half a lap left now, essentially, as we're now making our way down onto the other part of the track, down through Portier into the tunnel. We'll see if Dirty Taffy is going to be able to make that fastest lap. They're just coming into Rascasse, turn 18, and then they've just got turn 19 here, and that's them on their final lap. They are going to be taking that 7th place, it seems, so nicely done to them. Crichton coming into Rascasse, named after the coffee shop that just sits on the corner there, called Rascasse. So, and Crichton's now coming to the line, puts in the fastest lap of 109.951. That's going to be a belter for Dirty Taffy to beat. Comes home in second, but gets overtaken due to a penalty from RKA. RIZE McGurk comes home in 4th place. 5th place, it seems, for Elpers as Captain Jeff has crossed the line in 6th. Elpers coming across and gets that 5th place. We'll stay with Dirty Taffy and we'll see how their time is going to be coming on. Coming through the Novelle chicane into the back. And now the swimming pool section. You see that swimming pool on the right hand side there. Of course, this track used to just go straight through where that swimming pool is located now. So a little bit more difficulty in for the drivers, of course. That is a long time ago that was. But there we have it, folks. That is the end of round 8 here in season 2 for the Monaco Grand Prix here in RIZE Racing League. See, Crichton's getting that driver of the day, rightfully so, I would say. There we go, Crichton's on the top step with RKA and ends there on the other ends of the podium. Crichton's getting the fastest lap of 109.951 there, set on lap 39, so nicely done from them. RKA getting that 2nd place after ends, did end up getting a 3-second time penalty and moving down into 3rd. RIZE McGurk could have had a 3rd place, but did end up getting that 3-second time penalty on the penultimate lap, so a bit unfortunate there for the Haas. Elpers was doing very good at the start, did end up losing some front wings, spinning out, having a few instances, end up falling down the order, making their way back up to 5th, so nicely done from them. Captain Jeff in 6th. Dirty Taffy done the same at the start, done a very nice start, but ended up coming home in 7th. Sheepers did not finish this Grand Prix, neither did Bucko, Loopers, Dirty Zombie or Malay Khan. So we lost, what was that, 5 drivers, unfortunately, out of 12. As for myself, I'm 2 seconds. I'm going to be live again on Thursday for IRC Esports. Looking on at next week here for RIZE Racing League, we're going to be at Canada for round 9 in Make Your History. So tune in then for that. Thursday I'll be live again at 8 PM. So if you do enjoy the content, free up your calendar for then. If you do want to watch it, I'll be live then. Until next time though, you guys take care of yourselves, and from me it is peace out.